got shot real fast. You know, this has changed a lot since the past, 2011 I got hit. Like, all this is very different now. All this is different. See all this? We come to the spot right now. It's gonna be this house coming up here where all the motorcycles at. Right there front door, I was standing out there and I got hit. You know, when I first moved to Jersey, you know, this right to live over here in the hood, like, you know, this is what, I don't know, 80 something like that, I forget. 89, 88, I forget what year that was. But this house coming up here, where it's at. One of these times, they tore it down. It's not even here no more. It's a vacant lot now. They tore it down. But that was like living. We didn't have no heat or anything. We just living there in kerosene heaters and stuff like that. Put my camera down for a second. I don't know if nobody see me. Like, that was just so crazy living in that lifestyle. You know, no heat and none of that. Like, no, I'm sorry, that wasn't the first house. I'm gonna take you to the first house I used to live at when I first moved up here. It was a boarding house. It was me, Mary, my dad, and my one brother, the one that passed away, overdose. Damn, I can't see nothing, man. Street at. This one? No, it's not Kenwood. It's the next one. No. Oh, it is that one. What's the left-hand turn? Empire. Right over here. No, man. Great thing is, like, people that know me nowadays and everything like that, they would never know, you know, that I grew up just so, you know, so beyond dirt poor, and, you know, just, you know, everything that I dealt with as a kid. People don't even believe me when I tell them my story. They like people think I be lying. I'm like, man, who wanna lie about, you know, that? Like, I'm not saying that for no cool points or anything. Like, I hated this lifestyle growing up like this. You know, just like I could introduce drugs and everything, like seeing, you know, drug deals and drug addicts and everything like that. And this little corner store right here, I used to walk it for all the time. This is the street I first moved on when we first moved up here. This boarding house. The neighborhood looked way different, but you know, you talking about 30 years ago. Like, that might be, man, where this house at? Is it still even up there? 1049, yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that's where I first moved up here. Like, man, that was horrible. That was horrible living up here. You know, in a boarding house, you got 2 adults and and 2 children. You know, one, you know, a room, like a bedroom. I remember the old lady lived downstairs from Miss Daisy. You know, me and my brother, we was perverts. We tried to look up her skirt and everything. We got in trouble one time for that. And my dad beat us. Now, this Princess Avenue, after them 2 homes right there, you know, after my dad got locked up for assault and married, you know, this is where we moved to. Moved up to the other end of Camden. You know, I don't know if it's considered Park. I know where I'm at right now is considered Parkside. I don't know if the other end of Princess is considered Parkside. I'm not sure. I just know Parkside, like where I used to be at all the time. And it's crazy, like, you know, I pretty much used to be all throughout Camden, but I pretty much hung in Parkside a majority of my, you know, my street films and everything like that. And I don't know. It's like, to me, it was just home. Like, you know, just being in the streets, like, it just felt natural to me. You know, be running in the streets, doing all kind of, you know, the nonsense I was doing. You know, said, like, I would pick up drugs from up here, from from my connection and everything. Then I would bring them back down to where I was staying, and just, I don't know, man. It was just I was just an idiot back then, a straight up idiot. And I'm not saying I regret it, but I guess it kind of helped me go through life and become the man that I am today. Because people, they be surprised that I'm still standing and smiling and everything. But I'm not gonna lie. Like, at one time I was broken. Like, I was destroyed. I didn't know who I was, what I was, where I was going in life. I was just totally lost. Like, people see me now and they think, stop sign or what? People see me now and they be totally amazed that I made it through this. And the house we're coming up on now, the last house we lived in before we moved, out of the quote unquote hood, it's still here. Yup, it's still here. Right here. This house right here. 1484 Princess Avenue. That's the house I learned. That's the house I was living in when I found out my dad, was murdered.
Road closed ahead.
And we took a trip down to DC. You know how that story went and everything. And but for some reason I just couldn't stop coming up here to Camden, man. Like, especially when I became an adult. I started like really running the streets and being about the street life. Man, it's a one-way street or what? I hope not. And I'm gonna take y'all past that park that I was talking about. I don't know if you probably remember. Park over here when my dad be beefing with Mary, and he would take me and my brother. He would take us over to this park so we could sleep in the picnic area. Like I said, there's an opening up top of it, and he would take us in there. We would go to sleep in there. And it might be the middle of summer. You waking up sweaty, nasty. Like that was just a horrible way to live. And it transpired until I became like a teenager. I was just nasty, like just nasty. Like I had to unlearn a lot of bad habits, that my dad had showed me, through his survival skills. My brother, he just kept them habits going on. Like he had a little bit of time when he was, I guess, sober, but pretty much all I can remember. With him being in high school and everything, he was, into drugs. Like, I never understood where he even picked that up from. It's like it started out of nowhere. I don't know if it started from him just smoking weed. All right, hold on, we're coming up to this park right now. It's probably not up there. No, it's 30 years since all this transpired. Hold on, it might still be there. Hold on, let me see. Yep, it's still there. You can't see it through the woods. Let's see. I should try to get a real quick. I have to get out the car. I don't feel like doing this kind of warm today. I feel like doing that. Nah, hell no. White people riding in Canada. I don't know where they at. Man, you can't see it from here. But anyway, it's right up there. Where I was asleep. And it just wasn't no one-time thing. It was, several times that, that would happen. Several times we would sleep up there. And even in DC, we would sleep. He like I said, he argued with his mom, and he would drag us out the house arguing with her, and we go sleep outside over again. That was like his pattern. It was just normal to me. Like, that's just so crazy. That was just normality. That we live like that. Live like nomads. Some days you go to bed, a couple of times you might go to bed, 2 or 3 days without eating anything. You might have one meal. I'm pretty sure people can relate to my situation. nothing in your refrigerator, nothing, like just water. I remember this one time I was at my cousin's house, and then we went in his house, and he was pretty much same boat as me, but I think we were just a little bit worse off than he was. And he had a pot of old greens in there. It was like a couple weeks old. They were still, I mean, them things was rank too, man. They was stinking up the whole house. But he took that pot, he took the cover off the pot. I'm like, oh man, you just throw them things away. But anyway, just that whole poverty lifestyle was just the worst, man. The absolute worst. I was like, man, if you can make it through that and have some kind of like normal life, and I commend anybody, like, it don't matter if you never reached a millionaire status or anything like that. If you was able to take, grow from that, have a family and have some kind of, decent home and things like that to that nature, hey man, you get the most respect from me, straight up. I'm gonna sign off for a little while.